What do you get when you combine the silent, deadly patience of a praying mantis with the sheer, deep-sea mystery of a blue whale? What kind of monster crawls out of that digital abyss when you tell an AI to play God? I decided to find out, and the results are way more shocking, bizarre, and honestly, more terrifying than I ever could have dreamed. We're about to push AI to its absolute limits and fuse animals that nature never ever wanted to meet. So, forget what you know about biology. We're tearing up the rulebook. The internet is completely obsessed with AI hybrid animals right now. You've probably seen them. A cat with butterfly wings, a dog with a tortoise shell. They're cute, creative, and they rack up millions of views. But I couldn't help but wonder, where's the limit? Are we just scratching the surface here? The popular combos like a lion and an eagle are cool, sure, but they almost make sense. A leagle is just a majestic predator of the land mixed with a majestic predator of the air. It's kind of predictable. My goal today is different. I don't want to make something that makes sense. I want to create something that makes you question reality itself. I want to find combinations so out there, so biologically mismatched, that the AI has a total meltdown trying to figure it out. I want to see if we can break its digital brain and in the process, create the weirdest creatures ever seen. This isn't just about making cool pictures, it's an experiment in digital evolution. A trip to the absolute strangest corners of an AI's imagination. And our first subject is the stuff of nightmares, the praying mantis and the blue whale. So, before we jump into the deep end, let's quickly talk about how this unholy process even works. It's actually pretty easy to get into. First, you need the idea, the genetic blueprint. This is your prompt. For this, I'm just using a simple AI text tool like ChatGPT to help me brainstorm and write out some ridiculously detailed descriptions. You can't just say, mix a whale and a mantis. You have to be an artist, a poet of the absurd. You have to describe the texture, the world it lives in, the whole vibe of the creature. Then, you need the AI artist. There are a ton of amazing AI image generators out there, like Leonardo AI, Midjourney, or Kling. These tools take my text prompts and, in seconds, spit out a totally original image. But the first result is almost never the final one. It's more like a conversation. You give the AI an idea, it shows you what it thinks you mean, and then you have to guide it, tweaking the prompt, adding details, and steering it away from pure horror and toward something slightly less horrifying. It's a wild ride of discovery, and you're coming with me. To get a feel for what the AI could do, I started with a few classic combos. Think of it like stretching before the main event. First up, the well-known fusion of a shark and an elephant. A Sharkephant, I guess. The prompt I used was a majestic hybrid of a great white shark and an African elephant, with the tough, gray, wrinkled skin of the elephant, but the streamlined, muscular body of a shark. It has a powerful shark's tail and a head that combines the elephant's tusks with the shark's terrifying jaw. The creature is swimming through a deep ocean canyon. The results were impressive, but safe. The AI got the main ideas. It gave me this huge gray beast with the torpedo body of a shark, but with the head and tusks of an elephant. It looked powerful, like a living battleship. It was cool, but it wasn't weird. It was just a powerhouse, mixed with another powerhouse. Next, I tried a cat and a dragon. A Dracat. This is another fantasy classic. My prompt was a small, elegant black cat fused with a mighty red dragon. The creature has the cat's playful and curious face, but with small, draconic horns, leathery wings sprouting from its shoulders, and smoke gently curling from its nostrils. It's perched on a pile of gold coins inside a dark cave. And again, the AI totally nailed it. It created these pictures of a sleek black cat with beautifully rendered bat-like wings. Some even had these glowing reptile eyes that were honestly captivating. It was adorable and epic at the same time. The AI clearly knows our fantasy tropes. It knows what we expect, but that was just the calm before the storm. It's time to throw a real wrench in the works. It's time to introduce a concept so profoundly unnatural, the AI has no choice but to get bizarre. This is it, the whole point of the experiment, a praying mantis and a blue whale. Just think about how fundamentally different these two are. One is a tiny, sharp-edged insect that hunts on land, The other is a colossal, smooth-skinned giant that filter feeds in the ocean. They don't share an environment, a size, a way of moving, or a single life goal. This is where we break the machine. My first prompt was simple, maybe a little naive. I just wanted to see what the AI would do with the basic ingredients. Prompt 1. A hybrid of a praying mantis and a blue whale. The result was pure, unfiltered nightmare fuel. The AI had no clue how to handle the difference in size. It spat out this monstrosity, a whale-sized creature, but with the spindly, jointed legs of a mantis just dangling uselessly in the open ocean. The head was a grotesque mix of a blowhole and mandibles. It was just a jumbled mess of parts that looked like it was in constant pain. It was a failure, but a really fascinating one. The AI just tried to stitch them together. Time for a do-over. We need to give it more direction. I realized I had to be more specific about how they should be combined. I had to invent a story for this creature. Prompt 2. A colossal deep-sea creature with the body shape of a blue whale, but its skin is a hard, chitinous exoskeleton like a praying mantis. Its giant flippers are shaped like the sharp, serrated forelimbs of a mantis. The head is a smooth, whale-like shape, but features the large, multifaceted eyes of an insect. It glides through a dark, bioluminescent abyss. Now we were talking. The results from this prompt were breathtakingly alien. The AI latched onto that phrase, chitinous exoskeleton. It created these massive, whale-shaped beings, but their skin wasn't blubber. It was a segmented, iridescent shell like a beetle's, with shimmering greens and purples catching the faint light of the abyss. The flippers, now shaped like the iconic mantis claws, looked both elegant and deadly. But the head was the most striking part. That smooth whale skull, but with enormous, glowing, compound eyes that seemed to stare right through you. It wasn't just a mashup anymore. This felt like a real, if terrifying, life form. It felt like a creature that had actually evolved in this impossible place. For the final version, I really wanted to lean into the predator idea. Prompt 3. Photorealistic. An apex predator of the deep ocean. A hybrid of a praying mantis and a humpback whale. Its massive body is dark and armored. From its underside, long, slender, mantis-like limbs unfold, tipped with bioluminescent lures. The creature is motionless, floating in the crushing dark, its lures glowing softly to attract prey. Its head is turned, revealing one giant alien insect eye. This was the one, the masterpiece. The AI created an image of pure, silent dread. You could barely see the creature's full body. It was just a colossal shadow against the deeper black of the ocean. But from that shadow emerged these impossibly thin, insect-like legs, each ending in a soft, blue-green light like a tiny star in the darkness. The focus was on the head, which was mostly in shadow except for one massive, intricate mantis eye that seemed to hold some ancient, unknowable intelligence. It wasn't just a hybrid animal. It was a story, a horror story. It was a creature that had perfected the art of the ambush in a world of absolute darkness. It was the most bizarre and the most successful creation of the day. The mantis whale was a bizarre triumph, but I couldn't stop there. My brain was on fire with weird combinations. So, I jumped into a lightning round, feeding the AI some of the strangest pairings I could imagine, just to see what would stick. First up, a penguin and a tiger. A pinger? Tigin? I prompted for a creature with the body of a tiger, covered in fur, but with the classic black and white tuxedo pattern of an emperor penguin. I gave it a tiger's powerful limbs, but with the beak and webbed feet of a penguin. The result was hilarious. A fearsome predator that looked like it was permanently dressed for a fancy dinner party. It was so absurdly goofy, and I loved it. Next, a dolphin and an alligator. The Dolligator, a creature of intelligence and joy fused with a cold-blooded ancient reptile. I described a sleek dolphin-like body covered in the green, bony scales of an alligator. The famous dolphin smile was replaced with the toothy, menacing jaw of a gator. It was swimming in a murky swamp, a terrifying mix of grace and primal fury. This was another one that felt like a true apex predator of its own horrifying little ecosystem. Then I tried a giraffe and an octopus, the Giroctopus. This one seemed to break the AI a little bit again. How do you even combine the planet's tallest land animal with a boneless, 8-limbed sea creature? I described a giraffe's head and long neck, but instead of a body, the neck just sprouted directly into 8 long, writhing tentacles. It was standing in a surreal, flooded savanna, with its tentacles gripping onto baobab trees. The result was pure surrealist art, something you'd expect to see in a Salvador Dali painting. It was magnificently weird. This rapid-fire round just proved that the potential for bizarre creations is endless. The only limit is your own imagination. And that's the thing. My imagination is just one person's. I made a deep-sea mantis beast and a tuxedo-wearing tiger. But I know you have even more unhinged, chaotic, and brilliant ideas locked away in your own heads. So, now it's your turn. I want you to drop a comment below with the 2 most incompatible animals you can think of. The weirdest, most nonsensical fusion you can dream up. The comment with the most likes, or maybe just the one that is so profoundly strange I can't ignore it, will be the star of the next video. We will take your idea and bring it to life, pushing the AI even further down the rabbit hole. So, let me know. What should we create next? So what did we actually learn here? We learned that AI is way more than just a tool for making cute viral pictures. It's a mirror. It reflects our own creativity, our fears, and our curiosity. When you give it a simple, predictable prompt, it gives you a simple, predictable answer, like the Sharkephant. But when you really push it, when you give it a concept that is fundamentally broken, like the mantis whale, the AI is forced to get truly creative. It has to invent new rules, new biologies, new worlds. This whole trend of AI hybrid animals exploding on social media isn't just a fad. It's a new kind of art, where we collaborate with an alien intelligence. We're all exploring these what-if scenarios that used to be just for science fiction. Today, we created creatures that were terrifying, beautiful, and made absolutely no sense. We saw a silent hunter in the abyss, a tiger in a tuxedo, and a giraffe that was more Cthulhu than mammal. It just goes to show how these incredible tools can be used for pure, unadulterated, wonderfully bizarre imagination. The age of digital evolution is here, and we're all the genetic engineers now. The only question is, what will we create? If you're new to the world of AI image and video generation, I've got a Google Doc for you that has all the prompts that were used for this video. Simply comment below that you want it, and I will give it to you for free.